Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a deck profile of my updated Raidraptor deck post Phantom Rage. After waiting for so long, we finally got more Raidraptor support, long awaited Arsenal Falcon, and more consistency boost, which is what the deck needed. Since one of the big problems back in the day with Raidraptors was in fact consistency. But with the new support, consistency, I'll now give it an 8 out of 10. So let's begin. So how I decided to build this deck is focus on the rank 4 aspect of the deck first, before going to the rank up aspect. So I mainly focus on summoning a bunch of rank 4s before I do the rank up as my secondary play. But so no more wasting time, let's begin with, of course, the main front card that you see right now, Raidraptor Vanishing Lunius. This is still your main card. Should still run 3. You could cut it down to 2 if you want, but its effect is when normal or special summon, during the turn that you do that, you can activate this effect where you can special summon a Raidraptor from your hand that is level 4 or lower. And no, it doesn't have to be right away, and it could even be off the field, because its effect triggers when you summon it. Meaning, for the rest of the turn, you can do a special summon. So meaning even when you use this for Exceed Summon, you could just still do a special summon because its effect triggers when it's summoned. And it's an active effect until you perform the special summon. So this is just, of course, extending, of course. And we continue off with Raidraptor Fuzzy Lunius, where if you control Raidraptor, you can special summon from your hand. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a copy from itself from your deck to your hand. So obviously you run 3 because it could search itself. And each effect of this card's name can only be used once per turn. So of course more extender. And then now to a new card, Raidraptor Strange Lunius. So this has a similar special summon effect to Fuzzy Lunius, but it could be any dark monster from the field. How the Phantom Rage stuff tends to do it is they mix Raidraptors with Phantom Knights, so you can play both in one deck. And Phantom Knights are also dark, so it's intentionally supposed to be mixed, but yeah, I don't know why they did that. But yeah, you could special summon this card from your hand if you control a dark monster from the field. And if you have a Exceed monster with a material on it, you can special summon one Raidraptor from your graveyard with its effects negated. Of course, each effect of this card's name will be used once per turn. So nice play extension right there. And an additional special summon card that could summon itself is absolutely nice and very helpful for extending plays. And then, of course, some of the older cards, we go to Tribute Lunius. When no more special summon, you can Foolish Burial a Raidraptor card from your deck to the graveyard. And if this card destroys a monster for a battle, main phase 2, you can add a rank up magic quick spell from deck to your hand. That second effect is not relevant, the first effect is. The Foolish Burial is very helpful for this next card. Of course, Mimicry Lunius. So during the turn that you send this to the graveyard, because you send it there, you can banish it to add one Raidraptor card from your deck to your hand. And when this card is no more special summon, you can level up all Raidraptor monsters you control by 1. Which will be relevant sometimes, but the main thing about this card is the fact that it goes to the graveyard to search out your card. So Tribute Lunius, Foolish Burial this, banish this, add your whatever card you want. And then more combo extending, Singing Lunius. If you have an Exceed monster on the field, you can special summon this card for your hand. You don't really need too many of these. You can run 1 if you want, but 2 is just in case. So this is just there for extending plays. And then to another new card, Raider's Wing. Yes, it doesn't have the Raidraptor card in its name, but this is treated as a Raidraptor card as well, and also a Phantom Knights card. Remember that. So the Raidraptor restriction is not going to be there for this card. And its effect is, if this card's in your hand or graveyard, you can detach one Exceed material you control to special summon this card. So in many cases, most of your monsters are not going to be very useful after that one turn you use it. So in many cases, it could be Force Strikes. You can detach the Force Strike material to summon this card and then just continue your plays on there. And an Exceed monster that uses this card as material cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects, so that's some protection right there. But in many cases, this is just for play extension, and sometimes the protection is nice too. So that's it for the level 4 lineup. And now for just some cheating lineup. I played last Last trick is just there because you can summon it, tribute itself to special summon one Raidraptor Exceed monster from your extra deck in defense with its effects negated. So that's just to cheat out your rank up really. But the second effect, which is not too relevant but sometimes can help you, is if you control a spell or trap, you can special summon this card from your hand in mid-battle if one of your Raidraptors has been attacked and you gain 100 life for each. But that's only sometimes relevant. The main relevant part about this card is the fact that you can cheat out your big boss monsters. And then for the last monster, I played the Pain Lunius just for more plays. You control Wing Beast, you can special summon it, and then you target that one same Wing Beast. It becomes the same level, and then you take damage equal to its attack or defense. Up to you. So choose the lower one, of course. And you cannot summon anything but Wing Beast for the rest of the turn, but your whole entire deck is all Wing Beast, so it's fine. And now to the spells. I run 2 Raidraptors nests. I originally ran 3, but 2 is enough as well. So this is your main searcher card because as long as you control 2 or more Raidraptor monsters, you can search your deck or graveyard for a Raidraptor card. So you can only use the effect of this card same once per turn, so it does have the restriction 2. You only need to see one of these, and it's not hard to search, so 2 is enough. And then next I run 2 Raidraptors cards. This is for just in case measures if you just can't do much. So let's you target one Raidraptor monster you control and special summon another copy from your deck, and you're restricted to summon Raidraptors for the rest of the turn. And now to the rank up engine. Rank up Magic Skip Force. This one ranks up by 2 and also has a second effect other than during the turn that it was sent to the graveyard. You can banish it along with another Raidraptor monster and special summon one Raidraptor Exceed monster from your graveyard. So, very helpful. And then to a new rank up card. Rank up Magic, the Phantom Knight's Force. So, this is a quick play. Keep that in mind. So first you activate this card and then you banish any number of dark monsters from your graveyard and target one Exceed monster you control and then rank it up equal to the number of dark monsters that you banish with this effect. And you can only activate one of these per turn. So basically the idea is you target an Exceed monster with this card, and then you banish any number of dark monsters from your graveyard, and then you rank it up equal to the number banished. So this could go from like a rank 4 to rank 10. You can do that if you want, but I don't attempt to do that. Most of the time I only rank it up by at least 2, sometimes 3, because you don't want to banish that too many. But this just gives out more options. And it's also a quick play too, so that's also nice. You could cut one of these out for Revolution Force, but this one is also less restrictive because it could be any Dark Exceed monster, so why not? And then for last resort play, rank up Magic Soul Shade Force. Pay half your life points, special summon one Raidraptor monster from graveyard, and rank it up by 2 ranks. This is just a last ditch effort play really. And then for the last of the spells, Color of Darkness, Harpy's Feather Duster. I would recommend the Harpy's Feather Duster for this deck because this deck lacks Spell and Trap Destruction, but it does have a lot of monster destruction, so having a Spell and Trap Destruction removal is also decent. And also the Pot of Avarice, because you're going to be using a lot of monsters and send them to the graveyard still, and in many cases you want to recycle your Exceed monsters too. So the Pot of Avarice will be quite helpful. And then for my last card, the Raidraptor Readiness. This is just another full tribute Lunius target, and it's also okay protection, so sometimes helpful. You don't have to run this card. There's other options that you can run, but I personally kind of like this card, so. And now to the extra deck, we start off with our main rank 4 Raidraptor 4 Strix. So basically, it requires 2 level 4s, so that's not hard. Once per turn, you can detach one material to search up one level 4 Wing Beast from your deck to your hand, which literally almost all of them are, and those are going to be your main key pieces anyway. So this is just literally combo extension. But not only that, this is also going to be your main rank up target. And then we continue off to the first form of the boss monster, Rise Falcon. I still like this card. So it requires 3 level 4s, I know, but it does have a pretty strong offensive effect where you can detach one material to choose one of your opponent's monsters and then gains attack points equal to its attack, and it can also attack all special summon monsters your opponent controls, so it has a pretty decent offensive effect. And that's why I like this card, and it's not too hard to summon in this deck, let's face it. Because with all those special summons, I've summon this card a lot of times to run over my opponent's monsters, and it does help me OTK. To continue off, Blaze Falcon. So 3 level 5s, that's why Mimicry is there, but you also have your rank up, you have plenty of targets. So what it does is, if it has a material, you can attack your opponent directly, and if this card deals damage to your opponent, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls. Not too bad, but the other effect is you can detach one material, Regeki your opponent's special summon monsters, and deal 500 damage for each one. Yeah, this is what I mean why you don't really need any type of Regekis or Dark Holes in this deck, but you do need some sort of like Harpy's Feather Duster, so yeah, you have a plenty of these monster nuking effects. You just need more Spell and Trap Destruction if needed, and this is one of my favorite ones. To continue off with for my other rank 5, I run Stranger Falcon. So, it requires 2 level 5s, but it's not that great without a Exceed monster as material, so you better rank this one up. But that's also because I run another new card. So its effect is, if it has an Exceed monster as material, you can detach one material, destroy one of your opponent's monster, and your opponent takes damage equal to its attack. So yeah, not as good as Blaze Falcon for that aspect, but this is a target for another new monster, so that's the main reason why I run it. And its other effect is if this card is destroyed by card effect by your opponent, you can special summon one Raidraptor Exceed monster from graveyard and give it this card as material. It does have some decent stuff, but I use this for an engine that I personally want to try out, so. And now to continue ranking it up, let's go to Revolution Falcon. This is literally probably the best offensive Raidraptor card in this deck. So first off, 3 level 6, you're not going to even do that. I'm just going to say that right now. So, its effect is, when this card battles an opponent's special summon monster, it becomes 0. Yeah, that's pretty strong itself. But not only that, you can detach one material from this card, and this card can attack all your opponent's monsters. That's going to be quite devastating, considering that special summon is really big. And then its third effect is that if you have a Exceed monster as material, you can destroy one of your opponent's monsters. Your opponent takes half of its attack as damage. Yeah, very offensive effects. I obviously like this card mainly because when it battles an opponent's special summon monster, it becomes 0, and special summon is so relevant that your opponent will not dare attack this card in many cases. Really awesome. And now to continue ranking up even further, let's go to Arsenal Falcon. So first off, this is one of the newer cards that has been waiting for a long time just to get printed in the TCG, because it's been at the OCG for like 2 to 3 years, so we finally got it. Requires 2 level 7s, but you're not going to even do that, let's just face it. But its effect is, this card can attack an equal number of times as Exceed materials from this card. About 2 attacks in many cases. And once per turn, you can detach one material, special summon one level 4 Raidraptor from your deck, so can help you with some plays. If this card was sent to the graveyard while this card has a Raidraptor Exceed material, you can special summon one Raidraptor Exceed monster from your extra deck, and then you put this card as material for that. So you can literally cheat out an Ultimate Falcon with this card. Yay. Next, Satellite Cannon Falcon. So it requires 2 level 8 wing beasts. This may be relevant for some decks. And its effect is, when Exceed summon from a Raidraptor Exceed monster, you can Harpy Feather Duster your opponent's field. And your opponent cannot activate any cards or effects when this effect resolves. So this is like your only card that can do that, but in many cases you're not going to be summoning this card for that purpose. And second effect is, you can detach one material. One of your opponent's monsters loses 800 attack for each of your Raidraptor monsters in your graveyard, which will be helpful sometimes. But in many cases, if you do need to summon this, I use it for the Harpy's Feather Duster effect, and the 800 attack drain is pretty nice. But the main purpose is because it's a rank 8, and you have Rank of Magic Skip Force, so you can cheat out your Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon. 2 copies. It's unaffected by card effects, so that's already a brick wall because it's 35 attack. Not only that, you can detach one material, and your opponent can activate any other cards or effects during the turn that you activate this effect, and all your opponent's monster loses 1000 attack. So, not very offensive right there, but it's pretty much a complete brick wall that your opponent will have a difficult time going through. That's why this card is an Ultimate Protection Falcon to me. And its third effect is, while you control a Raidraptor Exceed monster as material, during the end phase, your opponent will take 1000 points of damage unless if they have a monster on the field, and if they do have monsters on the field, they lose 1000 attack. Pretty nice. And then, speaking of the Stranger Falcon part, my last Exceed monster is Raider's Knight. It's a new card, requires 2 level 4 dark monsters, Yes, it doesn't have Raidraptor as a name, but it is treated as a Raidraptor card, along with a Phantom Knights card. Good job. But its effect is, you're going to detach one material from this card, summon one monster from your extra deck that is one rank higher or lower than this card. Which is why I run Stranger Falcon. Yes, I thought of playing the second Blaze Falcon, but I decided Stranger Falcon because in many cases I use this in early game. Summoning the Blaze Falcon is not going to be that great compared to summoning the Stranger Falcon, which still has a destruction effect. So, and then of course at the end phase of your opponent's next turn, it will be destroyed. So why not? And then my last card will be the Link monster, Raidraptor Strix. Requires 2 Dark Wing Beasts, but its effect is very useful for this deck, considering the number of rank ups that we're using that are quick play now. So first off, when Link summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 lower wing beast from your deck with its effects negated, but cannot be used as link material. And then its second effect is when an Exceed monster you control uses this effect, you can set 1 rank up magic quick play from your deck face down to your spawn trap zone, and you can activate it during the turn that you use this effect. So this is literally your rank up searcher, which is why I'm running 2 of these, because there are so many occasions now where I could now summon a second copy of these, because the consistency for this deck has been buffed so much that a second copy is really easy to get off, and the rank up is also very helpful, which is why I run 2 of these. So that's it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. After waiting for so long for more Raidraptor support, finally got more consistency for it, and I'm very happy how it turned out. Still playtesting with some stuff. I might consider taking out the Raiders Knight engine, but for now I actually like the deck how it is right now. I originally had Final Fortress Falcon in this deck, but of course you don't really summon that, and that card's not that great, I'm going to be honest. I just like to have all Falcons in my deck previously, but now we're lacking a lot of room, so this is what I have now. And consistency wise, I absolutely like it, and I think it could be played very competitively now. But other than that, have a nice day.